What is up, wrestling fans? What a great year 2025 has been. I'm your friendly neighborhood wrestling tech creator, Benjamin Dixon, here with my top 10 AEW matches of the year. Now, this is my top 10. Um, that's why it's called my top 10. And these matches were not in any particular order per se, but these were 10 that I could think on top of my head. From when I began watching AEW consistently all the way up until now. Um, and then I also gave out some awards for men's and women's wrestler of the year, which I think you guys are really going to enjoy. All right, let's get into it. So for number one, I want to say Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada from All In, Texas. Now here's why. Although yes, the title unification match is pretty much not necessarily a thing anymore, but um that match was pretty good for my standards in terms of, for me, I had never seen all of their work in New Japan, so that was my first time seeing Omega and Okada wrestle in real time. So I really enjoyed that match. For my second match, it would be um Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay, Part Two from Summer Blockbuster. Um, and that match was just fantastic. It went to a 30-minute draw, time limit draw. Um, and just the storytelling going into that match, and then later on, obviously having them face the Bucks at All In later on in the month. That was just a fantastic match, and it really told a great story. My third match would be Dustin Rhodes versus Kyle Fletcher in a Chicago street fight for the TNT title. This match was a great match. The Canadian Destroyer onto the table. Um, Obviously, gruesome match. A lot of color in this match. Um, this match was just gruesome and it was fun. It was all the things that you would want a wrestling match to be. So that's why it's in my top 10. Obviously, with Kyle Fletcher winning the TNT title, and setting off a good run with that. Um, that also puts it in my top 10 for that. Um, the next match I have is Mercedes Moné versus Athena from Spring Breakthrough, um, the Dynamite portion. And this match was fantastic. Um, this was during the Owen Hart women's tournament. This was a fantastic match, and I really enjoyed it. Um, so many things I could talk about during this match. The Meteoros, the different high spots, great wrestling through and through, and this was a fantastic match. Um, Third, for my fourth match, um, well, actually for my fifth match, actually, I will put Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Championship at World's End. Um, Despite the crowd response, this is in my top 10 for the year, and it was a great value and effort by both ladies. Um, Next match we have on the docket is MJF versus Mystico from Grand Slam, Mexico. This was during the time when MJF was a part of the Hurt Syndicate, and the Hurt Syndicate were at ringside doing that usual shenanigans. MVP was trying to interfere, all those different things. But this match was fantastic as well. This was a fantastic match. Fantastic. A lot of high spots, a lot of great, great, great just wrestling. MJF can wrestle any style of wrestling. in terms of just his altogether just his ring work is unmatched. Like he can work anybody's style, and this was a great match. MJF obviously won, and this was a great match. It was a great match. Um, then I want to talk about the AEW Men's Tag Team Tournament during Forbidden Door, during Forbidden Door season, where Jet Speed and FTR took only one another. That was a banger of a match. And that was just a great match. I do remember FTR winning, obviously, and going on to win the tag team titles from Brodito. Um, and that was just a great match. Great match from the tag team tournament from earlier in the year this year. Um, Lee Moriarty versus Hechicero versus Daniel Garcia in the technical spectacle um, right before Forbidden Door 2025 for the right to face Jack Sabre Jr. in the match for at Forbidden Door. So Nigel McGuinness won this match, and this was just my favorite collision match, one of my two favorite collision matches um this year. Um, just for the technical wrestling. If you know anything about me, I'm a huge fan of just technical wrestling. Period. So I have I just really loved this match. I was very very intrigued when Nigel McGuinness won, and then he had a great match with Zack Sabre Jr. as well. So that match is definitely now on my top 10. Okay, for my ninth match, I would say Bandito versus Ricochet for the Dynamite Diamond Ring final, which was earlier this week on Dynamite. Um, Fantastic match. I love that Bandito won this match, and it was just a fun match, and I really enjoyed it. Um, and then at number 10, I have Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher at AEW Winners Coming in Atlanta. Now obviously I'm biased because I saw the match um live and in person. I was in the building for it. But this was a great match, great crowd, and also a great match. And then the shock win of Speedball. Just put the icing on the cake. Um, this match definitely deserves a look. If you have never watched it, go back and watch this match. It's a fantastic match, fantastic. Now for my men's wrestler of the year, I want to give that to Bandito. He has had great matches throughout the entire year. Won matches with Hechicero, with Konosuke Takeshita, um, with Kazuchika Okada, so many others. And then with my women's wrestler of the year, I actually have two candidates. Um, First is Will Nightingale. You guys knew I was gonna say that, and Mercedes Monet. Both of them had great um first parts of the year. Willow had a great back end of the year. Her first part of the year was not too great, but the back end of this year was really her best, and it really shined. I really enjoyed her matches. And Mercedes, obviously, with what she has been doing for independent wrestling for the past year, with these belts and different title belts that she has been winning, and now she is losing them. I never gonna all look back on this era of Mercedes and really say that she really was a generational defining wrestler in terms of who she was facing and who she brought up because of this belt collector run. So Tell me your thoughts down below, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.